Welcome back to SuperCoach Masters Legends with George. And alongside me is Matty.
Oh, George, how many hours? Come on, we're gonna run just fire it. And I'm there as long as George. Sorry, guys. Yesterday I was tired. I had a big drive, and I just had a coffee on the way here, and I'm ready to run. No, I didn't, but I didn't care. All right, what are we doing? What are we talking about?
If you're new here, hurry up! Please subscribe. And if you already are subscribed,
we love you so goddamn much. And George,
what are we doing today? We're doing the highest break-evens, the most traded in, the most traded out.
Wow.
The captains and all your questions, guys, that you've been asking on the Facebook shorty. My boy Banks.
What about my boy Banks is up to?
Probably doing better than me. All right. Matt Z.
Oh, yes, George.
What do you want to do first?
I would like to see who are the most traded out people and who should we be trading in. And you know what? Actually, no, scrap that. Let's do the questions.
The questions?
You know why? I'll tell you why. Because if we do it out, we're going to repeat ourselves when those questions are going to come in anyway.
Okay, sure.
Yeah? So questions. How many questions do we have?
Last time I checked, there's a bit. So guys, if you haven't asked your questions, and we're going to get to all of them, but I'm gathering some of you are going to have some.
Strap yourself in, boys.
This is a lot of good questions.
They are?
I don't think it's going to be that long. All right, I'll send the first one to you, Matty, because you know you are the fans after yesterday.
Oh yeah, sorry guys. Well, we didn't have the footies up yesterday, so I couldn't even grab some contestants, but now they're here. So
yeah, you wouldn't even got a contested footy yesterday.
Oh no, definitely not.
All right, Callum Thomas says, "Hey champions, I've identified. I like that you're picking up our language, Callum. I've identified that my defense is too thin. Give me a D3 currently." Well, that's the same as me. I have the opportunity to get radically up to Will Day or Liam Baker. I'm thinking Baker, personally. He looks awesome this year. Is that worth the trade? Cheers, my guys.
What do you think, Jules? I think Will Day or Liam Baker. Wow.
I'd go for Day.
I'd go for, are they obviously the only two? I'll go for Day too. I don't like Baker at all. I think he's going to be one of those players that...
Baker always does his high 130 and a 90 but then people try and get kind of sucked in. But who knows? He could start picking up some form.
So if it's just a straight question, I'll probably say Day. I like Will Day.
He's getting because for me, Day's getting the role. He's got the midfield time, so I'm staying with Day personally.
Yeah.
All right, next one. Reece Kennedy. I brought in Goulden after round 1 and F4 and now traded him out. For Rochelle this week. Reece, come on, man.
Come on, man.
Rochelle's CBAs have been increasing. He looks heaps better than last year. Plus, I now bank 158k for my next move. Do you think he can keep up his midfield minutes at Adelaide and maybe a breakout?
Well, let's say this, Reece. You've already done the trade, so it's too late.
Well, maybe he's done it this week and he can still reverse it.
Well, he's saying that he bought in Goulden after round 1.
Now he's traded him out.
Now okay.
So you like
keep Goulden.
So you like Goulden?
Just keep Goulden. Just keep.
Reece, yeah.
Keep Goulden.
You can't trade out Goulden after one bad game, even though he got an 85.
Yeah.
It might
with 15 touches as well.
It probably will be a breakout for Rochelle, but you can't get rid of Goulden. You'll just be sideways in your whole team left, right, and center. What happens if Goulden gets 130 this week and Rochelle gets a 50?
Which is very possible.
It is. I hope that helps, Reece. Christian Simons. I have a 248k. Thinking of Warple to LDU. Feels like a second chance to bring him in as I couldn't last week.
I like it. I love it. Geordie probably wouldn't because Geordie just brought in that stupid Spud Warple.
Spud Pedo.
If you started with him...
I'm not as hot as LDU as everyone else is. I mean, North had 2 wins, which I think are going to be more rarer than not. LDU both played well in those 2 wins. I'm not 100%. He's already 557k. Like, he's not that far away from a premium. A good premium.
Well, like we said in the last podcast a bit more, and I did check it up this morning, Jules. He did average 115 points over the last 8 games of his. So he's a premium. 115 to average 115 over the last 8 games of last season, and he's averaging coming off 150 something. 140. I like it because at the end of the day, LDU is going to score potentially double than Warple will any day of the week.
Yeah, okay, that's fair enough.
So yes, that's a good one.
Nathan Simpson, Grundy for Cameron using one trade, or do I downgrade Radigalia to Phillips, or do I go early on Brockman or Van Roonen to get English using 2 trades? Cheers.
My Grundy for Cameron.
Grundy for Cameron if you just want to use one trade. If you want to use 2 and get English, I think that's a good trade as well. But he does have to go early. And I don't mind going early on Van Roonen because Melbourne have West Coast And if he doesn't kick a bag now, he's never going to kick a bag.
I like Grundy and Phillips and not get English and save that cash for the next one.
All right.
That's me.
They're both. Grundy's good, but I don't like Grundy when Gawn comes back in, so he's going to be a bit of a, I don't know, I guess maybe 4 or 5 really good games. But let's go to Stephen Maxwell, Matty. Forward pod mid-pricer. What 3 are we thinking? No, that's not
Say it again. Forward pod mid-pricer.
Forward pod mid-pricers. Well, there's Rochelle. It is really good. Look, forward. There's no mid-prices that are pods in the forward line.
Forward line should be already a second.
Because all the mid-prices in there aren't pods, like Zeeble, Horn Francis, like all these guys are not pods. There's no really good ones. Like I know you're trying to look for another pod and you probably don't
Actually, Ash Johnson. Until Ash Johnson, he's 300,000. I like him for Collingwood. Look, he wanted an answer. You're right. I agree. Zeebles and Horn Francis, they're not pods. But Ash Johnson, he scored an 80. If he's in the ruck again,
but we don't know. Like you have to wait a week.
He's been training. But look, yeah, that's a good thing. So maybe next year.
There you have a 7 good Ash Johnson.
Ash Johnson is
or just get a normal player.
He wanted a pod. Yeah, or that's right, get a normal player there.
Harry Weaven says, what do we do with Warpedo, Matty?
Give him a big torpedo
Harry,
over the team.
I don't mind Warple. So I don't look at the scores, Matty. I look at the role. And he's still got a fair amount, like 13 CBA. So he's still in the midfield mix. So for me, I'm giving him another go. Matty, I think you're drop punting Warple.
Right? I'm not drop punting. I'm giving the big torp.
The torp?
Giving
comes up
Warp
the
torp.
on the full?
Yeah. Well, that's how he's been playing.
Well, Mandine Field says, decamp to the Nankshank.
Well, that's good. I like that one.
Cox up to Stewart. That's Brennan Cox. You obviously didn't listen, Dean, so I don't know why. Callahan via Davey to Chandler. Do you reckon Callahan to Chandler is the thing?
I like decamp to Nank. That's a good pod. And he's
Cox up to Stewart?
Oh, you got to get it. Yeah, he's not making any more money, Dean.
So you like the Stewart, bringing in Stewart?
Yeah.
And Callahan out to Chandler.
Why not? He's still making money.
I don't mind those trades, Dean.
Chandler or Phillips?
Well, Chandler's got West Coast.
He sure does.
I think everyone's going to score
it's only
against
Monday
West Coast. But watch,
after
if I ever get Chandler, he's going to get that 30 he deserves.
Yeah. No, decamp to Nank. Cox for sure, I like that. You know, Callahan for either Phillips or Chandler. Go with your heart on that one. Mm-hmm. See what happens. Hopefully Phillips does get named. I reckon he was great all preseason. I don't know why he's subbed and on the outskirts, but anyway.
Ricky Salan, is Aldia worth getting if he isn't? He hasn't played a decent team, or better off waiting until I can get Oliver or someone. Now I reckon I'm waiting to get that Oliver because I know I need a captain option.
Oh yeah.
Matty, I think might like LDU and the 150k probably a bit better.
I like that one. Yeah.
You do?
I like that one now. I like pull the trigger now. We need to get some points on the board.
All right. Is the Doc no longer SuperCoach relevant? He's getting plenty of the ball, but must be chopping up his disposal, like Matt Anton says.
Matt Anton, well, we read it yesterday. He got 39 touches. It's not a game where, you know, anyone...
I think he's SuperCoach relevant.
He's definitely SuperCoach
He is SuperCoach relevant. That's one game off. Some loser at Champion Data just wanted to assert his authority. That's it. Is Mason Wood a trap, Matty?
I think yes.
I think he is too.
Yeah.
So we won't... So thanks for that one, Lulu. Michael Higginson, Noah Long, best downgrade for Callahan due to all the West Coast injuries. Other options are Chandler, I like him better, or Van Roonen. Not sure on their job security, or Phillips, but Wardlaw will probably debut soon, I'm guessing, and Simpkin and LDU need to return. I don't like Noah Long at all after his price rise. I think Chandler or Van Roonen are both better options. Just there's so much ahead of them. Michael?
Look, I think all three of them, the drop security is like a 60-40. Like, I know not like what he's saying is Noah Long, obviously, with all those he's going to keep getting more games.
I wouldn't be surprised if Noah Long was dropped. I know he's got injured because
he's a superstar.
I mean, he's got round 1, round 2, he's been getting 6 touches, 7 touches.
And he's averaging so good.
Yeah.
I know.
Anyway,
so rookie.
Michael, I would go with the Melbourne boys. Just the scoring potential is just way too high to ignore. Yeah. The job security, let's bank him in. You want to read Anif Wahayi?
No, you can do it.
I went Ureland and Callahan to Chandler at F7 and Buckley at D6. Worth it? There's no one else I can fit in at the moment. Do you like Buckley? He's already had that massive price rise.
Yeah, I know. And he's already, 200,000 before that anyway.
Yeah.
I do like him. I don't know.
He's got 290s, but last week, I think, when he got that 90, he only got like 12 touches.
He did, yeah. Very efficient. But 91% efficiency, as I remember. He only had one touch that was crap. I don't know if I like it.
I don't know. I don't like it either enough. I'd say you got to...
He needs to get rid of Callahan, so that makes sense.
Callahan's
So help him out here. So if he's got a Callahan and he needs to get rid of him,
Maybe you can, instead of getting Chandler, get a Phillips. Maybe that extra money can unlock you someone a little bit better, because I don't know if I like Buckley after he's already got a price rise.
Yeah, like he'll score okay, but...
Because we saw Callahan, and on his first game, he had an amazing kicking efficiency and scored well, but as soon as that kicking efficiency comes down, so does the scoring.
Yes, easily.
Lulu again, is Will Day the real deal for SIG improvement in the mids, or are we being fooled temporarily?
I think he'll be okay.
I don't think this is... I think
he can hold his spot up until the buy round. Makes a bit of money. Hopefully he's still, he's got that big number in his name, so hopefully he can get up to maybe 500,000 for you. I would see him to get him as a sideways trade when the buy comes.
Yeah, look, I don't think Will Day is...
I don't think he's the real deal, but if you're going to get him, you're going to get him because you need some points in the back line, and you can hold him probably until the buy round.
Yeah, I'm pretty undecided myself. I was thinking of grabbing Will Day myself, but I'm not going to be expecting anything over 100. I'll be happy with a 90 average from Will Day at his price, 400k. I don't think he's going to be a keeper, but hopefully I can run him at D6 for a bit until I sort my team out. Ben Ireland says, Bont to Oliver.
I like it. I hate Bont, but Geordie doesn't like it.
You don't think that...
I hate him!
Do you think it's a good trade?
No, it's sideways.
It is sideways.
Especially
because Bont's going to get 200 this week. Mark my words.
Because
Champy Dar's going to be like, fuck, what have we done? Bont's not calling me anymore.
Well, he's playing Richmond, so...
Yeah, and that's the team that Rory led smash, and that's the team that Cripper got 120
against.
Yeah. So I'm back in Bonty, vice captain. Guys, run with me. Captain... We'll get into captains later, but anyway. Craig Trecis. Disaster free. Good on you, Craig. Constable to Tyler Young. Yay or nay? Is Phillips a must-have? And Baker, Hollands, and Long on the mid-bench. So first question, Tyler to Constable to Young. I hate it. 6 touches for Youngie. Craig, I don't like it. And Constable could be playing this week. He had best on ground performance-ish in the seconds.
I wouldn't say Phillips is a must-have, but I would like to get him as he's my only favourite downgrade option that hasn't bursted his bubble yet.
No, I've got one for you. Vital had a best on ground in the VFL, and he should be pressing for a call-up, and he hasn't got.
But he's still got 2 games though. He's only played one.
No,
game.
he's played 2, hasn't he?
No, he's only played 1.
Oh, good. He's good for next week.
Well, I like Vital. Yeah, he'll be good for next week. So Vital 156. So if he's done that, so Will Phillips not a must-have, but I like him.
Yeah, he's not a must-have. I wouldn't must.
So yeah, Vital's only played 1 game. He's played 71. So hopefully he'll get into the team and make us money when we pick him up next week.
Just just remember that what's his name? He's got a bench of Baker, Hollands, and Long. So he's not really many people to fit unless you got some dual position action.
Well, Long is a dual position.
Yeah, but keep in mind, Phillips had that game. First game was a sub. Second game was with LDU and Simpkin. So there's his scoring change. Definitely not a must-have, but he's definitely a strong consideration. Jackson Ray. Best combo for my backline, mid-prices. Will Day and Bowes, or Liam Baker and Liam Stocker.
Out of those 4, how would you put them in order, George?
Well, it's not 4, it's more.
I know.
Well, I'm asking number 1's Will Day, then Baker, then Bowes and Stocker.
Okay, so then you'll say Will Day and Bowes then. Stocker is averaging 72 or 71-ish. Will Day, Jack Bowes. Jack Bowes did that. I think he's a bit of a trap.
I don't like Bowes because Tom Stewart's back in the...
Well, that's right. Because, you had a look at round... when he first had his round, he was like on 50 Supercoach because he took all the kick-ins. Then he got 1 touch in the second quarter, then bounced back. Now Tom Stewart's in there. He's not doing anything.
I still don't hate Bowes. I still think there's a good role for him in that Geelong side. I think...
Well, if he's gonna perform, he has to perform against Hawthorn. His Hawthorn beat Geelong this week on Monday.
He's still racking up tackles, Bowes, which is good. I don't mind Bowes. Bowes
yeah,
Will Day for me.
What did he get? 11 tackles or 9 tackles, something like that? Something great. 9, I'll say Bowes and Will Day.
Yep.
And you get to watch them on the Monday.
Jason Prentler win. Dylan Buckley is now up to 275k, up 70k. Break even is still in the minuses. Low ownership, worth a pod rookie defender. Matty. We've spoken about him already.
Too much
He
money.
said too much money. 275 for someone who got 12 touches. Jace. not for me, mate.
No.
If he gets another 9, he could make it worth it, but that's the same as Chandler, like the same as some other people. I'd rather roll the dice elsewhere. Martin Coventry.
Martin.
I've got a decamp forward. Should sideways to a Zeeble or downgrade this week and then upgrade to a Clark? Upgrade Clark to Stewart. His price after his price drop. Trying not to get bummed about my worst start ever, mate. I'm trying not to get bummed about my worst start ever, but I don't think getting in Zeeble after he's 78 is anything because he's going to lose.
Wait 1 week and get Stewart. That's what I'd say.
Yeah, don't downgrade. But he's got a decamp forward, so he has to do something with him. But I wouldn't be downgrading or sideways into Zeeble because Zeeble's had a massive price increase and he had his lowest score in round 3, which is the worst for cash gen. So unless he starts getting 120s, he ain't moving too much. So I wouldn't be bringing in Zeeble at all.
Jules, this is a funny one.
What is it? Is it Doc to Phillips? James Tonkin says Doherty to Will Phillips via Gibney.
What do you think?
Nah, I think it's too late to get rid of Doherty.
It's way too late to get rid of
because he's already lost his money and his break-even is 160, I think, or 150. If he gets 120, he's not losing that much. You've got to hold on. Like, I've been looking to bring Doherty back in. I think, don't get rid of Doherty because you need Phillips. Because keep in mind, there's a lot of holes with Phillips' scoring at the moment.
Yeah.
Reese Lowe says, how do I undo the whole season?
Yeah, I'd love to know that too.
I've been looking for that button for a while.
I think you can get it on SuperCoach Premium Platinum Gold.
I think you can reach, you undo the whole season once you reach the bottom of your trades. You finish all your trades, it's done. Undone.
Yeah, that's when you're done. Yeah.
Luke Casbolt. My question is, how's the view down there? I must say, from the top of the SuperCoach Masters League is pretty good.
Luke, that's our boy.
It's Macapaka.
Macapaka Luke, that's a good call, Luke. Well, it's looking pretty shit at the moment, Luke, but good on you.
How's the view down here? It's actually full of feces. It's full of depression. It's full of angst and anger, and it's not good, Luke. So enjoy it. I know you're fucking probably frothing at home.
He's actually got a real question.
I know. And he's like, but I know, but he's probably having a toss at home.
No, why wouldn't you? He's got to get the ring and the cash.
And the cash.
Why wouldn't you be on the high horse? Did you call him an idiot? Did you say idiot?
No, I said he's having a tosser. No.
Oh, tosser. Okay, you're having a tosser. You're not an idiot. You're just
a tosser. No, I'm hoping he's ranked 364.
Good job. Keep going, Luke. It's our boy.
His question is, the key to my start of the season is that I've nailed his vice captain every week, then looped. So who would you VC out of Dacos, Dunkley, or Cripps? 100% I'd go Cripps versus North Melbourne if I had them 3. Matty?
Look, I like Dunkley, personally.
He's my number 2.
Only because Brisbane always kill Collingwood and midfielders always kill Collingwood.
That was the old Collingwood.
This is
the new and improved. Well, look, I mean, it's North Melbourne, right? Cripps is an absolute animal.
Yeah,
if you had Cripps, tell me you wouldn't chuck a sneaky vice captain on him.
I mean, you probably would, yeah.
Mm-hmm. We'll get to all the vice captains and all the captains later, Luke, but thanks for writing, mate. Good luck for the rest of the year. Michael Newman, thinking of Warpaw, Callahan out, in LDU and Tyler Young. Hey, Tyler Young, don't mind LDU. Matty loves LDU.
I'm only assuming you're saying Tyler Young because that's what you can only afford. That's what I'm thinking.
That's what I'm thinking.
That's what I'm thinking. But like, if you can afford someone better than Tyler Young and throw an extra $40,000 into him and get a Phillips, then yes.
Yeah. But if it's all about money dependent, there's not many hundred. If it was the choice out of Young or like a Van Roonen, I'd go Van Roonen.
Yeah.
If I have to go early, I would. Even though I don't like going early.
Don't like it, but yeah.
Cogs, says Darby Hudson. Trade for Oliver, but I feel that's also a beginner move. Now look, it is a beginner move, and it is, but Cogs' scoring has been a big 140 something, then 107, then a pretty shit number. So he's in the prime position to be losing money, break even 150, 160 or so. And Oliver does have West Coast and a very soft draw. So it's really team dependent. If you don't have any good captain options, I would say, look, if you've got nothing else, no other issues in your team, go for it. What do you reckon, mate?
Yes and no. Like, they're both going to be top of their spectrum at the end of the year as far as...
Top of their spectrum?
For their team.
The spectrum of the team.
No, for their positions.
Okay.
What are you making fun of me for? The spectrum. Like, I'm just going to say, they're going to be, in their positions that they're in, they're both going to be top 10 of the position that they're in.
I think you're top of the spectrum.
All right.
Gregory Satyumaran. Should Hunter Clark be kept or traded? I think it's either or, mate. I think if you've got other problems, go for it. But I don't think Hunter Clark's a must trade out. An 80 SuperCoach isn't too bad.
Maybe save some money and upgrade him to Tom Stewart next week, like the other question was added.
Yep.
Hunter Clark, maybe keep him for one more week, see how he goes. But, maybe just,
I hate Stewart. I'm not getting him. Fuck him.
He's so good.
He's a piece of shit. And I can't wait for him to get injured again. So, it's actually personal. It's nothing to do with SuperCoach. Chris Pritchard. Why do I put my myself through this emotional roller coaster that is SuperCoach?
Because it's fun at the start.
And it's really fun at the start.
And then we just get drained. It's like an oozing pussy pimple. It's fun. It's about to pop, but then, that's how I feel.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah? No, you?
I don't feel like a...
You're talking about feces and hanging out in feces and dirt and shit.
Nothing to do with pimples, champ. Fucking grow up. All right, now...
oh my God.
Lucas Madu says...
This guy.
Is Setterfield out or keep? It's keep, man. Come on. He's the GOAT. The greatest of all time, Setterfield.
No.
He's got an 80 and he's injured. Come on, Lucas.
That's fine.
Matty A. Why is Supercoach so cruel? Can Setters average the same as Titch? Oh, man.
Oh, that's funny.
He can.
Are you taking the piss?
No, he's been for real.
He's been for real. Who's in top 6 midfielder, Tom Mitchell.
Setterfield can average the same as Titch.
Never.
Yes, he can.
No, he cannot.
Yes, he can.
No, he can't.
He can try.
Yeah, that's right. He can try.
But he did. What is his first number? 100 and 140 and an 80. I mean, I reckon he's not too far off him.
Wow. It's only 3 games. Titch is a superstar proven.
Jacob Mirserbergen. Do we trade Brayshaw to LDU if we don't have him?
Brayshaw.
Brayshaw's averaging 84.
He's so bad. Yeah,
He's already lost like 30, 40k.
If I had him, I'll still pull the trigger.
It's almost like an exact sideways trade. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it because I reckon from this point on, Brayshaw can average more than LDU to the rest of the year.
Let's hope so.
I mean, so that's a no from me.
I get why the question is asked.
But is this a trade that's going to net him 150k or that much substantial point difference?
No.
So it's a no.
It's just sideways. Yeah.
Dominic Clegg. Hold Darcy or sideways trade before his value crashes. His value's already crashed. Don't trust him to put up many more hundreds. Matty, what do you reckon?
Hold Darcy.
You reckon hold Darcy? I mean, he just got 130.
You got to hold him.
And he already lost money. Like, there's no point trading him now. You hold Darcy.
He's fine.
Kobe Banner says, what the F do I do with 4 players being subbed off with injury and only 3 trades? I'm guessing you got to boost. You didn't give us your team. You didn't give us anything else. So I'm guessing you just gotta... You boost and... Who the hell... Oh, I'm guessing if you have people like Dersma, it's kind of self-inflicted, Kobe. So...
don't know who he subbed, but yeah, well, what do? You just sit there and cry.
Yeah, sit there and cry, do what you can, and hopefully someone on your bench can help you out.
That's good.
They're all the burning questions, mate. I think we covered a lot of the things. Now, that's good. Let's just mix it up a bit, because I want to talk captains.
Captains, okay.
Who do you think's the best cap? So let's just go the first 3 or 4 games of vice captains. There's obviously Dunkley. There's obviously...
Dunkley, Neil, I think. Who
do you reckon is better than Neil and Dunkley?
I think Neil Neil probably because he spends more time on ground.
Yeah, he does, doesn't he?
Dunkley, but then again, Dunkley loves the tackle, and it's going to be in the Collingwood's ball hands a lot. And you know what else is going to happen there? We don't have a fucking ruck. So who knows? I think the Brisbane boys are going to rack it up. But then again, Oscar McInerney's a dud.
He is a dud. His ceiling is very high.
Maybe McStay can outshine him. Hopefully it's McStay versus Big O.
We'll do our top 3 candidates for each game for the vice captain. So I reckon my top 1 is Neil, if you have him. Number 2 is Dunkley, and number 3 is Dacos.
I think Dunkley, Neil, and Tom Mitchell.
You like Dunkley ahead of Neil?
I think he's got
And Tom Mitchell. Okay.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, Tom Mitchell. He's gonna smack him up. Stop laughing, Chet.
I'm not laughing. I'm smiling.
Yeah, all right, okay.
I'm happy for you.
All right, thank you.
All right.
And then my 3.
Now, North Melbourne Carlton, top 3 for that game. I reckon Cripps 1, LDU 2, and Doherty 3.
I will agree with all that.
Cool.
Really will.
Adelaide, this is a no-brainer. Adelaide, Laird, number 1. Brayshaw, actually, his highest average against the team. Another reason not to trade out Brayshaw. His highest average against the team is Adelaide. So Brayshaw 2 for me and Laird 1. Wouldn't worry about number 3 for that game.
I'll say Dawson. Laird, Brayshaw, Dawson for that one.
And that's the next game, which is Richmond versus Bulldogs. Vice captain, the Bont. And I wouldn't touch anyone else in that game.
No, me either.
They're the first 4 games. So out of them 4 games, Matty, who's the best vice captain option, you reckon?
I'll probably say the Brisbane boys.
Over LDU and Cripses?
I'll probably say the Brisbane boys, then probably LDU. Cripps, then... the Brisbane boys, Cripps and Laird, very even there. LDU, Brayshaw, Dacos, Mitchell, all in that bracket.
I'd go, vice captain Laird first. And if you don't have Laird, I'd definitely do vice captain Bont, then the rest. Obviously, just change that order if you don't have any from the later games, because the next game is St Kilda and Gold Coast, and I would happily vice captain Took Miller number 1.
Yep.
No one else I'd consider for that game, Matty.
No, definitely.
Wits, not against Marshall? Or hey, what about English against Nank?
No, and Nank runs. He's a hard grunt work. I'll predict it now. I think English is going to get the lowest score of this season.
Who?
English.
He's going to get the lowest score of the year?
Of this season. Up to date.
Oh, okay. So he's averaging 139.
He'll get his average, whatever his average.
So he'll get less than 100.
He'll get 100. So I'm not for a he'll score good, but I don't think he's a vice captain. Yeah.
Sydney Port. Any captain options there?
No.
Wouldn't touch any. No. Maybe Mills. Would you touch a Mills if you had a Mills?
No.
No. Essendon, GWS, Tom Green. Would you roll the dice again?
No. Kelly, I reckon he's ready.
Parish Merritt. No. Number 1, Kelly. 2, I'd go Parish. 3, Merritt.
Yeah.
Yeah. Clayton Oliver. Then
Petrarca.
I'll go Clayton Oliver, Petrarca, Grundy.
No, I'll put Grundy first. Against Jamison, he's gonna.
Jamison's real bad, isn't he?
He's so bad.
He's real bad. He's got 40 hitouts against Darcy.
And Darcy got 54 hitouts against him. 54. And Darcy is a big lumbering idiot. And absolutely ate him to shreds. I think Grundy's not only going to get his 20 plus touches, but probably get another 40 hitouts. So Grundy for me is a very good captain option. Probably before Oliver.
What? That's nah. Guys, come on, let's be for real here.
I'll put that in writing with some money. I reckon Grundy will get a better score than Oliver this week. You thinking about
sometimes
it?
Sometimes you say some real silly things.
Silly things? Well, tell me I'm silly after I'm wrong.
No, I like telling you silly beforehand.
But that's just...
All right, then I wouldn't have called you like silly about 100 times before Tom Mitchell got top 6.
But that's just stupid. That's just like...
It's silly.
You head up your ass type.
Because Oliver's the number 1 scorer in SuperCoach last year, and some Grundy, who's been scoring 70s between Max Gawn, is going to score more than him.
He's playing Jamison.
Yeah, okay, but who's Oliver playing? Half their team's out.
Duggan's going to give him a tight tag.
Duggan doesn't even play in the midfield.
Well, I still think Grundy's going to score better than Oliver.
Okay, he might. He's in the top 3 for that game.
Yeah.
Now, unless you want to captain Tom Stewart in the last game, which is too risky, there's no one in that game.
No.
So, Matty, ultimate vice captain and captain if you had every player in the comp.
Every player in the comp, I will probably go with a Laird and a Grundy.
Fucking idiot.
Stop laughing.
All right, I'll go for Laird and a Clayton Oliver.
Laird and Grundy.
All right, guys.
That's funny. We can have different opinions. What
I know, but it's
what are these people we just want to say? Yeah, Laird and Oliver. Yeah, me too, Jordy. Like
because they're smart, they're safe, smart options.
Mate, you people might think that you've got some good options, and people might think I've got some good options. Don't shut everything out.
I'm not shutting it out. I just smart.
Grundy is playing Jamison.
Okay, I think he's going to score well. I don't think he's going to score as much as Clayton Oliver though.
Well, I think he will.
All
right. I'm not calling you a dickhead. What do you mean?
I didn't call you a dickhead, but since you brought it up.
You're implying and you're insinuating. You're an idiot, Jordan. You're the dickhead. Jordy, move on.
All right, buddy.
You told me to fucking fire up today.
Yeah, well,
and now you're hating it.
I don't like your sensitivity.
There's a vein coming out. I'm not sensitive.
Yeah, but
I'm fucking sensitive.
All right.
Good idea.
This is better than yesterday.
Definitely.
Now the captains are done. Let's go to price per pointage.
We like those.
And I'll put up a little graphic on the screen for you guys so you can see exactly what I'm doing.
Tyler Brockman
played 1 game. Van Roonen played 1 game, guys. So let's not worry about them. We're not trading out Constable if he is named. And Phillips is the interesting one. He's obviously on the most Can you believe he's already in 23.3% of teams? It's like all the people that saw him in the preseason didn't take him out of their team, and that really pisses me off.
That's pretty funny.
23%. And Joel Amadi, on a lot of people's radar. What do you reckon?
No.
The Amadi party. He had a bit of CBAs.
I don't like him.
Yeah, same. Anyone who gets subbed off. He got subbed off in his first game where he scored 122 at halfway mark.
No.
Not for me, guys. Vitale's got another week. Tyler Young is a no. Cade Chandler, Matty, would you be getting him?
206. He's got
West Coast.
cheap.
Let's have a look at the run. So let's look at this. So he's got West Coast, Essendon, Richmond, North, Gold Coast, Hawthorn. I reckon that's a decent run. It's almost like good to get Cozzy Pickett.
So he's scored a goal in every game, scored 3 goals and still got a 90. So 93 with 16 touches, 7 tackles. He did a lot of tackles, but he's died down in tackles since his first 93. Brisbane at the Gabba didn't do that great. Still got 12 touches and 1 goal. And Sydney, 9 touches, 3 goals, but everyone really smashed Sydney on that game.
Yep.
And look, if that's what it's gonna be, where they're just gonna be smashing teams, then looking at Geordie's, just telling Geordie what who they got up next: West Coast, Essendon, Richmond, North, Gold Coast, Hawthorn, Port, Freo. He's got a good run.
It's a good run. I would if you don't have him, you can. I wouldn't. You can't say no because you can still make a lot of cash now that he's just got a 90 on the best, most important day. But keep that in mind. Everyone else is 83k ahead of you, and that's an 83k advantage that you're losing. Mm-hmm. Ryan Sampson, Matty. Is it no now because he got subbed off?
No, he has to be a no. He's 7% of teams, 27 is nah. Kaiser Pickett, 144 played 1 games.
They got a good run. Would you consider bringing him in as a pod?
No.
In 2.3% of teams.
He's still got a couple of games to go.
What did he do in his first run? Let's have a look.
He was doing CBAs and he was kicking goals.
He was CBAs and kicking goals, and that's what we want. 14 touches, 4 goals. Probably not for me. Gave away 4 free kicks and obviously got suspended. But he got 8 tackles.
No, if Schneider's not on your team, you better be, because my God, there's 24% of people that don't have this guy. He's already gone up. Wow, 100k.
Caminiti as well, Matty. He was a bargain based price. He's still cheaper than Vital. Is he worth bringing in or not?
Did we just skip over my boy Noah Long?
Oh, I thought you had your rant about Noah Long because no one's going to bring in Noah Long.
No, definitely not.
26% team. That's fucking bullshit.
Well, Caminiti, he's still a price to pick up if you still like
He is, but
it's 156.
Again, 51k that everyone else is going to have and not you. I wish you just got him instead of Radaglia.
Well, he's getting rid of that 34, so his big price jump will be now because if he gets a 46, he's still going to go up 43k. So
and he's got Gold Coast.
And Collingwood, so maybe he won't do that great against Collingwood, but even if he gets a 50, he's still going to go up.
If he gets a 46 and a 46, he's banked you another 63k.
So it's worth it.
Fuck's worth it for the people that jumped on early.
Yeah, definitely.
My God.
Definitely worth it if you're looking for a downgrade option because he's still not at that mark where
Harry Roaston, Matty. He's had 30 CBAs in 2 games and...
he's not for me. I don't know much about him, so I can't say
he's in only 2% of teams. It's not 2%. He's in 2 teams.
2 teams?
Look, it says here.
Oh my God, it is 2.
2 teams he's in.
0.6% is 2 teams.
So he's on the bubble this week, guys. Don't sleep on him. 15 CBAs. If you want another alternative
139,000. He got a 48 and a 55 and he's on the bubble this week. But he only got 7 touches and 14 touches and no goals.
Any way you can just go up, get that game up, Matty? Well, let's just see what his time on ground is because this guy's on the bubble. He's getting midfield time. If you miss all the absolute superstars and this guy comes out and gets a 90, it could be a way to try and get yourself back in the game. But we'll try and look at some time on ground for you for each of those.
139,000. That big old Rooston, he got 64, so he's not getting a lot of game time.
Not getting too much game time.
He's actually got the least amount of game time, I would predict.
One of the
bottom 4. So Connor Stone was the sub. Jake Riccardi was benched a lot as well. He only got 59. Cooper Hamilton was the sub off. And here comes Rouston right underneath.
Okay.
I can't believe that. Even Isaac Cumming has got 67% game time, which is pretty sad.
It is pretty sad. Very sad. He'll be cheap in a couple of weeks.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So I think that's as far as down as we should go regarding that. But let's go for the high break evens or something. Actually, let's go for the captain's choices.
No, why not? George, captain's choices.
I want to see what everyone else is doing.
All coaches.
All coaches, indeed. All right.
All right. Number one at the top, most popular captain choice is Oliver. Oliver led. So
Oliver a vice captain or?
No, this is captain. Oliver's at 31%. Laird's at 9.5. LDU's at 5.2. English at 5.1. Dacos 4. Bont 4. And then Neil comes in at 2. So then Tom Green, Patrick Cripps, all at the 2%. So they're the top 10 there. Most vice captains, Jules, Nick Dacos is 11. Bont is 11. Ooh. English is 7. So a lot of the Brisbane boys are there too. Dunkley and Neil are up there. So does LDU and Laird. So, no, kind of on what we're suggesting. I like a good point of difference in Grundy, not being up there. So that's that, Jules. What do you think of that? You think the boys have got it right?
I think I don't like 11% of teams on Nick Dacos. I know he's been scoring well, but I don't think there's just so many good options this week. So not for me. And
so they got Bont, English, Dunkley, Neil, which is kind of Laird. Obviously, all these boys are playing before Laird, so to have Dunkley, Neil, Dacos, and LDU, they're probably the main guys that I'll probably say, and Cripps, but he's ninth. As far as a vice captain before, you can get the Laird and get the Olivers as the captains. So no, I think that's not a bad. About spread?
Yeah, so we'll go with the break-evens. The highest break-even is Joel Marty with a negative 72. Next is Sheasel, negative 59. Will Phillips, negative 52. Constable's still up there, so that's why I'm holding on to him, negative 52. Caminiti, negative 50. Baker, negative 47. Chandler, negative 42. Tyler Brockman, Van Roonen, and Buckley's negative 40. So these are some of the negative break-evens, guys. Some of the plays that are going to shoot up in value if you are looking.
So I think Will Phillips is at 3 and Caminiti's at 5, who are on the bubble. Well, Caminiti's not really on the bubble, but he's losing that shit 34 that he scored in round 1. So they literally the same price. He's a little bit cheaper than Will Phillips. Could be a good pick.
Absolutely.
I like him.
I like them as well, matey. Now, the highest break-evens, these are the players that are going to drop so much money.
Oh, yeah.
253 for Boak, 217 for Gawn. Oof. Perryman, 202. Hawkins, already lost 70k, matey.
He's going to drop a lot.
188. He's going to be so cheap.
Well, I couldn't believe that Will Brody got dropped last week.
Yeah. Oh, yes, I can't believe that. I mean, I guess with O'Meara and all those boys doing well, they don't really value him as much. So... Look at that. Hawkins is going to be a real good price. I reckon he's going to be a nice pot. You're going to get him for less than 30. 188. Could get that against the Hawks, but...
You could, yeah.
Yeah, so a couple other ones.
Then you got Tom Stewart in there as well, 161. So we know that he's going to break...
Doherty as well, 166. Heaney, 170. Ben Keys, DPP on the cards, guys.
Even Sinclair, I like that. Sinclair, 154. That's high for him. Even Cornelio, 152. That's sad. Lucky Neal's 151 and he already went down 34,000.
Lucky Neal's 154.
Even Took Miller's 151. He's going to go down too. So Took and Neal, McRae's gone down a bit if he doesn't rip into 150s. Some good. Yeah. So out of all these big break evens, you'll think you'll track Gawn once he comes back. Geordie likes Hawkins, getting him for 300,000 maybe.
Yeah, I reckon he could be.
Yeah. Who else is there? Tom Stewart. So Tom Stewart, Jack Steele is obviously his break-even's high, but he's injured for a while, so you're not going to worry about him. But yeah, on the watch list, you'll probably look at Stewart, Cornelio if you don't have him. Lockie Neal, Took Miller, all got high break-evens that are still dropping and have already dropped. So a couple of the big main premiums that starred last year are coming down in price with...
so there's going to be plenty of good options to bring in the team. Yeah. Now, what do you think of... So I know we touched on it last time, but there's a couple of interesting players that are going to get forward DPP.
Oh, yeah.
McRae's.
No, that's going to be great. Yeah, McRae... that's he's still got at least 2 quarters to go in.
But if he plays the way he's been playing the last 2 weeks, he'll 100% get it. So unless Bill ever goes, you know what, I think I'm going to play McRae in the midfield today.
Yeah, on the wing, or something.
So, but him, Taylor Adams is another sneaky one. Ben Keith, I wouldn't touch him, but...
Wouldn't touch him either.
Mason Wood, maybe.
Mason Wood. Where's he playing? In the forward line?
He's playing on the wing. Like a half-forward flank.
But he's only in the midfield, though.
Yeah, I know. Maybe good.
Who knows? We're not going to get Mason Wood in.
All right.
I'm not done yet.
Tips.
I'm not hungry, so let's have a look. George, who's going to win?
Last week.
Let's have a tip and margin. George?
Collingwood by about 30 points.
Wow. I would give... What's the line for Brisbane?
I reckon the line will be 13 points.
I'll take it. So you're saying Collingwood by 13 or 30?
Who cares?
Who cares? Okay, so you're picking Collingwood.
Collingwood, Carlton.
So North... Carlton, George?
Collingwood, Carlton.
Collingwood, Carlton. Yep, same there. Adelaide, Freo.
Adelaide.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, Adelaide.
No, Adelaide Oval. George, what about this one?
Yeah,
Richmond
I got
Bulldogs. Richmond. I'm thinking that Richmond will beat the Dogs this week.
Yep.
So that's the first point of difference. George, Saints, Gold Coast.
Saints.
I will also pick Saints.
Oh, I hate the Saints.
Port Adelaide, Sydney. In Sydney.
Port Adelaide.
Wow, I will go for Sydney. And they are $3.35.
I rate Port Adelaide. They've got to pull it together sometime.
No, okay. This is, wow, what a match. Essendon, GWS. Essendon, yeah, I think Essendon too. Melbourne will absolutely slaughter. West Coast is at $7.50.
Yeah, so Melbourne.
And then Geelong.
And Geelong to beat Hawks. Even though they're looking really shit, if Hawthorn beat them, it's not going to be the biggest surprise.
And that's some pretty good value, like $4.70 for Hawks to beat undefeated.
Winless?
Winless is the, yes. So that's that, George.
That's that. No, before we get into it, like we didn't go, Matty, who's your vice captain and your captain? And your trades first. Give me
oh
your
my
trades
goodness,
first.
great. All right, so I'm been tinkering a bit. I need to find some money elsewhere. Guys, why don't you tell me what I should do with this? So I'm thinking got two options. I want to bring in LDU and Phillips. And on the chopping block is Warple and Callahan. Okay?
Okay.
Now, it's either I get rid of Witts for Marshall to make that LDU happen, or I get rid of...
Witts for Marshall?
Sorry, Witts for Grundy.
Yeah.
Yeah, to make that trade happen, or keep Witts and get rid of Liam Jones to some stupid rookie that I probably won't ever play and have to play Wilmot on the field.
Oh, I hate both of those options.
You hate both of those options?
You know Witts is a top 5 in SuperCoach right now.
But sometimes you just need to pull some triggers because...
Why don't you pull them on the players that are doing shit, not the players that are top 5 in the comp?
Well, I'm pulling the triggers on Callahan and Warple. But I want to make one of those players, because both of those players were on the field, and I need to make them into a premium. And an LDU is that price to get. And Witts and Grundy, I feel over the next 5, 6, 7 weeks they can do the same scores, and I'll get 100,000 out of it. Because Grundy actually went down with that big massive number that he got. So 509 is still at that price. And like you said, George, that run for Melbourne, there's going to be a lot of Grundy and Oliver captains and vice captains, in my opinion, for the next at least 6 weeks. So that's why I like Grundy and Witts. Like it's a move that I have to do to unlock cash. So that's why I'm doing it. Not because I don't hate Witts. Witts got 123, but Witts to Grundy gives me $100,000, which then I can upgrade LDU and get rid of Warple and Callahan.
I say Jones, Callahan, Warple, make something happen with them, because they're the ones that need to
I
go.
like Grundy.
I know you like Grundy, but you don't have 2 underperforming ruckmen.
No, I don't. That's not my problem. I need money, and that's where I'm getting. Look, I don't want to get rid of Liam Jones, because everyone that's held on to Liam Jones at this stage, this is where he's going to rise. He's got rid of that shit 5 number. So now Liam Jones's break even is in the minuses. So he will make money. I can't get rid of him yet, and that's why I want him in my team, and I personally don't want to play a Wilmot instead of a Liam Jones. Because my back line is at the moment Doherty, Dacos, Ridley, Gibney, Jones and McKenna on the field.
This is Liam Jones' last chance. If you can't get fucking more than a 70, mate, I can't wait to get rid of him.
Well, even if he gets a 40, he's still going to go up 22,000, even though we don't want a 40 from him. We want a 70.
That's why I'm keeping the dud.
Yeah.
Now, for me, Matthew...
Yeah. What am
I doing? I'm going to wait for the teams to drop, because I didn't know...
You have to give something to someone.
But I will. I am going to get rid of Callahan. 100% he's gone.
Yeah.
It's going to be either Phillips or...
Kamenides. Have you thought about that at all?
I've thought about Caminiti. I've thought about the Amadi party. That's everyone with the highest break evens. Okay. Because I want to start generating cash for my team long term.
Yeah.
And I'll be even tempted to use a boost, because I got a fair bit of money in the bank to get Cornelio out for Oliver. That's so I have a good captain option, because the captain option's been effing me over.
That's what's fucked us over.
So yeah, all these captain options have been horrible. So if I have to get rid of Cornelio to do it, I might. My plan is vice captain Bont. If Bont does a really huge number, which I'm expecting, then I don't have to go Cornelio to Oliver, and I can save that. But if I'm like, okay, now my captain options are Tom Green again, and so I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, no, fair enough, Jules. But no, I think I need to make some changes. I need to make myself feel happy, you know. So I might do the boost this week, which will still leave me.
Just keep in mind that Wits has the best buy, so you're going to want.
I get it, but it's for now. It's I need to catch up. And Grundy, and I'm not saying like Wits, yeah, he's scoring well. I need $100,000 somewhere. And
do you want to hear a funny stat? If you had Tom Stewart and you traded him out to Doherty, and you had Doherty's round 2 score and round 3 score, you would be down points if you just held on to Stewart and played as Tom Stewart getting a 0.
That's actually a fun stat.
Very funny. Now, Matty, your vice captain and captain are?
At the moment, I'm going to go for either Dunkley or LDU, one of those two, and Grundy.
All right, I want to go vice captain Bont, and if he does shit, I'm going to get Clary. If he doesn't do shit, I'm going for that. So that's my plan, guys. Tell me your plans. If we didn't get to your questions, let us know in the comments. And if you're new here, please subscribe. And if you already are subscribed,
we love you so much. So, George, that's a wrapping it up today. I'm hungry. I'm still excited. 2 high tackles. Oh, my glasses.
All right.
All right.
See you guys.
See you guys. Have a good one. Bye.